The ancient philosopher Aristotle tells us, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This idea is deeply uncomfortable in a culture obsessed with shortcuts and sudden transformations. It strips away excuses and exposes a harder truth. Your life is not shaped by your intentions, but by your patterns. Aristotle was not talking about motivation or talent. He was pointing to repetition as destiny. Character, results, and direction are built quietly, day after day, by what you choose to do when no one is watching. If this feels confronting, it is because it places responsibility exactly where we try to avoid it, on our daily actions, not on our future plans. Let me be brutally honest with you. Everything you have ever wanted to achieve is not going to happen because of one single heroic moment. That promotion you dream about? It will not come from working overtime once, that healthy body you scroll through on social media. It will not appear after 2 days at the gym. Your entire life is being shaped right now by the tiny decisions you repeat every single day. And most people never realize this until it is too late. Aristotle figured this out thousands of years ago when he said that we become what we repeatedly do. And excellence is not an act, but a habit. This is not philosophical mumbo-jumbo. This is the operating system of every successful person you admire. The problem is that we have been sold a lie. We have been told that success requires talent, luck, or some secret formula. But the truth is simpler and more uncomfortable. Success requires doing boring things consistently when nobody is watching. The person who shows up every single day, even when motivation is zero, will always beat the talented person who only shows up when they feel inspired. Your identity is not formed by what you say you value. It is carved by what you actually do when the cameras are off. If you say health matters, but you eat junk food 5 days a week, your real identity is unhealthy person, not health-conscious person. If you say you want to be successful, but you scroll social media 3 hours daily, your real identity is distracted person, not ambitious person. This is why most New Year resolutions fail within 3 weeks. People try to change their entire life in one dramatic moment instead of understanding that transformation happens through micro-behaviors repeated over months and years. So here is the uncomfortable question you need to answer right now. What are your daily actions actually building? What are your daily actions actually building? Because I can tell you with absolute certainty, they are building something. The question is whether you will like what they create. Here is what most people get wrong about habits. They think discipline means forcing yourself to do hard things through pure willpower, but elite performers think differently. They understand that discipline is not about motivation. It is about designing your environment and routines so the right behaviors become automatic. Look at any athlete competing at the highest level. They do not wake up every morning debating whether they should train. They have a system, their gym bag is already packed, their alarm is set. Their training schedule is non-negotiable. They removed the decision-making process entirely. This is the secret. Make the right choice the easiest choice. If you want to read more, put the book on your pillow. If you want to eat healthier, prep your meals on Sunday. If you want to learn a skill, schedule it immediately after your morning coffee. You need to understand that your brain is lazy by design. It wants to conserve energy. So if doing the right thing requires 12 steps and 17 decisions, your brain will sabotage you every single time. But if you attach the new behavior to something you already do automatically, you hack the system. This is called implementation intention in psychology, but forget the fancy term. Just remember this. Pair what you want to do with what you already do. Want to meditate? Do it right after brushing your teeth. Want to practice a language? Do it during your commute. The beauty of this approach is that you stop relying on fleeting motivation and start building automatic momentum, and momentum is everything. One workout creates motivation for the second. One chapter read creates appetite for the next. But here is where most people completely mess up, and it is killing their progress before they even start. What mistake am I talking about? The mistake is starting too big, too fast, with too much enthusiasm. Listen carefully. The size of your habit matters less than the consistency of your habit. Most people try to transform their entire life on Monday. They decide to wake up at 5 in the morning, meditate for 30 minutes, work out for 90 minutes, read for 1 hour, and completely change their diet. By Wednesday, they have quit everything and feel like failures. But the person who commits to just 5 push-ups every single day, that person is still doing push-ups 6 months later, and now they are doing 50. That person won the long game. You need to start so small that it feels almost embarrassing. Do not commit to running 5 kilometers. Commit to putting on your running shoes. Do not commit to writing a book. Commit to writing 3 sentences. Because here is what happens. Once you put on the shoes, you will probably walk around the block. Once you write 3 sentences, you will probably write 3 more. The hardest part is always starting, so make starting ridiculously easy. Then, once the behavior becomes automatic, you can gradually increase intensity. But never sacrifice consistency for intensity. Track your progress obsessively. Every day you complete your tiny habit, mark an X on your calendar. Your only job is to not break the chain. This simple visual feedback creates powerful psychological momentum. Your brain starts to identify as someone who does this thing, and that identity shift changes everything. Now here is the truth that ties everything together. Excellence is not this magical moment where everything clicks. Excellence is what happens when you show up on the days you do not want to, when nobody is watching, when the results are not visible yet. That is when your real character is being built. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop searching for secret shortcuts. Start with one tiny behavior today, do it again tomorrow, and the day after. And watch how a different person emerges 6 months from now. If this resonated with you, and you want more strategies to build the life you actually want, instead of the life that just happens to you, subscribe to this channel. We are building a community of people who understand that small daily actions create extraordinary long-term results.